So we have right here the JB Plus tuning chip. Now the only way to really adjust or quote unquote tune this chip is through the inside. So all you have to do is just remove the two screws that's holding a casing together, open it, and take the center part out, flip it over, and you're going to see a white dial right here that shows minimum and maximum. Standard, it comes pre-loaded as 3.5 psi. Over stock, or quote unquote 75%, you can see the little arrow where it's pointing. You can just take a small screwdriver like that and adjust the white dial, not the blue but the white. Alright guys, here we are. So before we plug the JB Plus in, first thing you have to do is actually make sure the ECU is asleep. So there's two ways you can go about doing that. One is unplug the battery directly, or you can actually pop the hood, lock the door, and if you have comfort access, which this car has, make sure that your key is far away from the vehicle enough to let the ECU sleep, and wait 5 minutes after that. So while we wait for the ECU to sleep, we can go ahead and locate the T-map sensor. So it's usually on the charge pipe right before the throttle body. Now to disconnect the connections, there are two ways you can go about doing that. One, if your finger not strong enough, you can go underneath the clip right there, pry upwards and push down on the connection. It should pop right out. Or if not, you can always just grab a flathead screwdriver, go right behind that clip right there, pry upwards, and then use your other hand to push down on the connection. Alright, so it's been well over 5 minutes, so now we can go ahead and plug this in. Installation is actually fairly simple, so for the sake of time, I'll already disconnect the sensor right there. So to install the JB Plus, plug in the male end of the JB Plus to the sensor, and the female end right here from the JB Plus to the original connection. Alright, there we go. That's a finished product. That's extremely easy to install. You just unplug in a connection and replug it back in, and that's really good. And just like that, according to the information provided by JB Plus, that's 35 easy horsepower. And also, just a disclaimer from their website too, or from the product, this product will only function properly if you use 91 octane or higher. So just keep that in mind. And your car will take a little bit to get used to the actual modification. So maybe run a few cycles through, put in Sports Plus, drive it around for a couple times. Eventually the ECU will adapt to the modification you just made. And just like that, and you're done. And if I haven't mentioned this already, this is for the F10 535i with the N55 engine.